I got another email. It concerns you
Oh, okay.
because we read an email from Barry.
This usually
Barry,
ends well.
no, Barry in North Yorkshire, UK. I love their pudding. But we read an email. He had compiled statistics on Battle of the Belts, the AEW TV specials, and this was a show or two ago. And he mentioned that of all of the specials they've had, only one time did a title really change hands, and then there was something with a vacant belt or whatever the. And you asked a question, and the information was not contained within Barry's email. I can't remember what it was because I seldom listen to what you say, to be honest. But here, Barry has followed up on that to give you the information that you desired.
None
So
taken.
I can't remember exactly how you phrased this, but apparently you were you were confused about how many total matches had been presented on the Battle of the Belts, and are they all for the belts? And the answer is there have been 3 matches on each of the 7 battles of the belts, giving a total of 21 matches.
Well, that's easy math, yeah.
Which he has correctly identified by your good self, Jim. But he says every match of the 21 matches was for some sort of title, so therefore a title match. And I have the breakdown here.
Yeah, that's what I want. How many different championships?
Okay, now you're being clear about what you want. When Barry's had to do all this research.
This is the same guy that sent the first email?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know if it was just someone who heard that segment and sent in an email independent of Barry.
I said at the top of I said at the top of the program, he's clarifying this, or at the top of this email here.
Well, maybe I don't listen to you either.
Or at the top of here, can you hear this? Let me turn it up for you. You can't see that, but it's a finger.
Hey.
Anyway, the titles contested most on 4 occasions each. The TNT Championship, 4 times, including once as a vacated or interim title. The AEW Women's World title 4 times.
Wait, can I stop you?
Yes.
Do you consider the interim championship different than the championship in terms of counting the different championships?
Boy, that's a lot of fucking...
I know. I could say championship title like the fucking moron does on TV.
Yeah. And the anyway, I do consider, except when it's again the fucking muddle and confusion of all of these, what's one more, right? If it was a big deal or something is being pushed, or when they were unifying with Punk and the Plumber or whatever the case. But nevertheless, the next round, the AEW International Championship has been contested twice, but it was previously named the All-Atlantic Championship, so that makes 4 times for that lineage of that prestigious title.
Do you consider that 2 different titles, 2 different names?
No, I consider it a goddamn joke from the start.
So 1 joke, not 2 jokes.
1 joke, not 2 jokes. Same punchline.
Literally, yeah.
Literally. They made up a belt for the guy that Tony thinks is cute and dresses up like on Halloween. So whatever they call it. Then Barry continues, contested thrice. That means 3 times over in England. The AEW TBS Championship. That's 3 times. Contested twice. The ROH World Championship, the ROH Tag Team Championship, and contested once the AEW World Tag Team Championship and the FTW Championship, which he parenthetically adds as an unrecognized title.
You can't really even say that at this point. There's been more FTW appearances or defenses or just Jack Perry holding it, whatever you want to say, in the last several months than the TNT Championship.
Well, to be honest, all of them are unrecognized titles, because if you hold the belt up from a fucking distance, nobody can recognize which one is which, because they're all just a bunch of fucking belts.
That'd be a great TV. That'd be a great show. Get 10 wrestlers and put them in a crowd of 150 wrestling fans, and everyone holds up their belt. The ones they either have as wrestlers or the ones they bought on the internet. And some fan has to pick out who are the wrestlers and who are the fans.
What about this? What about if you just take 100 wrestlers and fucking put them up on a stage and get 1,000 people in from goddamn Six Flags or the mall or wherever you can find them, and have them look at the 100 wrestlers on a stage and tell us which ones they think are actually wrestlers, and see how many people would think that one of these motherfuckers today is a professional wrestler or a goddamn out-of-work skateboarder.
I think that's a great idea. Just remember I was on this call when you trademarked this.
Trademark.
Hey, how many different championships was that?
Well, there was 21 title matches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different titles with 9 different names.
8 different titles. How many of them are not official AEW championships?
Well, the TNT Championship, I guess, is because it's their TV network. AEW Women's, AEW International, All Atlantic, around the world in 80 days. AEW TBS. So Ring of Honor World. What?
Just the way you're reading off these names makes them all sound ridiculous.
Ring of Honor World Title, World Tag Title.
2.
And FTW title, if that qualifies. And then all of the other ones actually are. Good God. The TNT title, the AEW Women's title, the AEW International All Atlantic A&P fucking T Company, AEW TBS title. They've got one for each of their networks.
They better hope they don't have to go to some shitty network at some point.
AEW World Tag Team. FTW, and they didn't even have the trios. The trios.
No trios. I was actually thinking we've seen on at least Dynamite AAA titles. We've seen New Japan titles. That's why I was thinking maybe we've seen some of them on Battle. We don't watch Battle of the Belts. We would know this maybe if we had, but.
Well, they didn't have room for all of those titles because they had too many more belts battling of their own. And then when FTR were the champions, they had simultaneously the Japanese, the AAA, the
that's right,
everything but AEW, Ring of Honor.
Did they defend any of that on Battle of the Belts?
Wait a minute, there's also a Ring of Honor TV champion.
Yeah,
Samoa Joe. And there's a Ring of Honor Women's champion. There used to be.
No, there still is, Athena. Actually, people have been saying that she's doing great stuff there, I have to say. We haven't seen any of it, but I've heard a lot of people say that her stuff in Ring of Honor is better than anything in the main roster of AEW.
Athena? I don't know how much of her I've seen her.
You see, there was another way you could have gone to make that rhyme work.
Well, thank you. What would it have been?
All these years, it's 2023 right now. There's an article in the New York Post like yesterday about how Roger Daltrey and Pete Townsend still don't get along at all. The only members of the Who left, the 2, and they don't get along.
Well, you and me are about to follow in that category.